When I was in my early to mid 20s, I used to distance run. A lot of you guys know that if you have listened to the podcast for a while. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Rachel. I'm a registered dietitian, I'm a certified personal trainer, and I'm a mom of five amazing kids. And I'm a former distance runner. So I mostly ran half marathons. I did a few 5Ks. I never did full marathons. And I, when I got into them, I actually got into them with the goal of losing weight. I thought, man, if I can run 13 miles straight, then obviously I'm going to drop tons of weight because that is so much energy that I'm burning. And I would do usually 3 or 4 short runs during the week, like maybe 3 miles. And then I would do big runs on the weekends, usually 6, 7+ miles. I ran multiple half marathons and I really thought it was going to be the answer to losing the belly fat and getting toned and looking really fit. And that didn't happen. And today I'm going to challenge the assumption that you may have that running equals weight loss. Let's get into it. I do want to have a quick disclaimer though. And if you love running, if it's like your jam and you just love it for the mental health and getting out in nature, whatever, keep running. I'm talking to women who are running purely to lose weight and it's not working. And I'm going to share 3 reasons why it didn't work for me today. The first reason is that your body adapts based on the signals that you give it. So essentially, I want you to think about exercise as a form of communication to your body to adapt, because that's what it is. Based on the type of signal that you send to your body is going to adapt in a certain way based on that communication. When you distance run, especially without any strength training, you are telling your body, make this easier. This was hard, make it easier. And we do the same thing when we lift weights. It's a form of communication. Make it easier because it was hard. When you do anything that challenges your body is going to adapt to make it easier because it's trying to survive. Number 1 priority of your body is not to get rid of your belly fat, to stay alive. And your body is really great at doing that. So when we run, our make this easier signal translates to our body to say, be more efficient with your fuel. Basically, burn less calories at a certain running pace, become more efficient. And this is actually there's a word for it. It's called running economy. It's a survival adaptation, and it's useful for anyone trying to survive, right? But it's really useful for elite distance runners who are trying to keep up a certain pace and beat a time in a race. Who is this not useful for? People that are trying to lose weight, right? You don't want to burn less calories for the same 3-mile run as you go on, right? I want to be burning more calories when I'm spending the same amount of time doing something. Does that make sense? So that's the approach I take in my program is the opposite of the message of running. Instead of become more efficient with your calories, you're signaling through doing resistance training or strength training, you're signaling your body to build muscle, make it easier, which burns calories all day long, instead of just burning calories in the moment. Absolutely, running can burn a lot of calories in the moment, but we want to burn calories all day long. So if you've been running your butt off and still not seeing results, let's talk about what strength training could do for you. You can book a call with me, a free discovery call with the link in the show notes. I would love to support you. So reason number 1 why running didn't help me lose any weight was that my body adapted. I could run a whole 13 miles and be just fine metabolically. I was able to recover from that, and my body was able to maintain my body weight. The second reason that running didn't work for me and why I didn't look any different was because I probably ate more after running because I was more hungry. For me, running increased my appetite. And one time I remember I had run a half marathon. I can't remember. I think I had two kids. I don't think I had my third yet. And I remember looking at my calorie expenditure after a race using my Fitbit or something like that. And it was like 1,500 calories that I had burned doing the half marathon. And I thought to myself, only 1,500 calories for all that running? That took me like 2.5 hours. And I thought I could easily eat that in one meal. That's like a burger and fries at a restaurant, maybe a drink. And so the one of the reasons why you may not be looking any different for running is that you may be compensating with your eating. It doesn't burn that many calories, going back to reason number one, that you're very easily able, with the increase in appetite, to compensate for it because your body wants to stay the same, okay? And that leads me to reason number three, which is I probably, most likely, subconsciously reduced my NEAT activity, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis. All this means is that my body, because it's trying to maintain homeostasis, which is that state of staying the same, very comfortable for your body to stay the same. My body wanted to do that. And so I probably moved less throughout the day because I was running so much. I moved less, getting up to do this, or I would take the elevator instead of the stairs. I would drive instead of walk because my body was subconsciously telling me, oh, we need to preserve our energy. We used a lot at that run this morning. We need to tone it back, not walk so much. Well, what does that do? That just decreases your overall daily calorie burn. Does that help with weight loss? No. When we are trying to lose weight, we're trying to keep our activities of daily living and our NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis, as high as possible so that throughout the day we are using our calories and we're telling our body, hey, go ahead and tap into those fat stores to run things because we're good and we're using those stores to move around throughout the day. We don't want that lessened, but that is the third reason why my body didn't lose weight when I ran half marathons. And I even remember I had called a friend when I was in college. I think I was about to run my first half marathon. And we were talking on the phone and she hadn't seen me in a while. And I was going to see her the next day and I was telling her about the half marathon and she was like, oh my gosh, are you super skinny now? And I was like, nope, I'm not. I actually look exactly the same. And, I really should have, that should have sent a signal to me. Hey, something's going on here. The thing you think is going to get you to the result that you want isn't actually how you get there. Let's talk about now, I've given you the 3 reasons why I didn't look any different. Metabolic adaptation, that runner's economy concept, eating more because I was more hungry, appetite upregulation due to running, and lowering that NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. So what can you do? Let's say you've been running and you're like, oh my gosh, Rachel, I thought this was going to get me where I wanted to go. And look, you're saying that it doesn't work and all this time I'm putting into running is not the method. So what should I do instead? So what I want you to do is I want you to send your body the signal to build muscle. We do that through strength training. Running burns calories in the moment, absolutely. But muscle burns calories all day long. That is what we want. That is what helps our metabolism to go up. That means that we lose fat at a higher calorie level. We're not wanting to become more efficient. We don't want to be more efficient. We want to tell our bodies, be less efficient. Use up this extra fat stores that we have. I am not interested in being more efficient. with my body. If you want help implementing this, if this sounds interesting to you and you think, man, I've been running my butt off thinking that it's going to help me lose weight. I want to try something different. If you want guidance on that, book a discovery call with me. The link is in the show notes. I would love to support you. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll talk to you next time on the Effective Weight Loss for Moms podcast.